Welcome back. Today we got the Haiboxing Protector out, and what we're going to do is we're going to add some upgraded drive shafts. That's coming up next here on Jesse B Motors. Now the whole reason why we're doing this is because I broke the axle on this side, but we're going to go ahead and take this side apart. That way you guys can see what everything looks like while we do it. So we're going to go ahead, get our screwdriver here, and we're going to go ahead and take this off here. This does have a slight hex on it, but I found it to be a lot easier to take out with a screw. And then we'll get the wheel off here. Now that we got that apart, we'll go ahead, take our screw out there. We'll take our wheel off here. Now there is a hex back here. We're going to have to go ahead and knock that out. I'm just going to take the screw here and see if I can wedge it on the side and push it out here. And then you can see it's popping out right there. And now we got that hex off. That'll all be getting replaced. And that's what your axle will look like with the wheel off. So the next thing we're going to do is get another screwdriver. And we're going to take this top screw out and pop this A-arm off. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the screw out here. And what that's going to do is going to allow us to pop that A-arm off. And the A-arm right here looks like it's just like a ball and socket joint. So I should be able to just stick a pair of pliers up under there and pop it off. Set the screw to the side, grab a pair of needle nose, and popped right off. Lift the A-arm up. Now I'm going to hold this closer to the camera. You can see where the shaft goes into the differential there. We're just going to go ahead and pull that back out of there. And we're going to go ahead and pull that axle out just like that. Here's a quick comparison on the front. This is our new shaft here, and this is all metal. Then of course this is made to use with a normal nut like we're used to, and that gets rid of this screw and flathead. You can see how it's different there. And then we go back to the traditional way of how it is there. So let's go ahead and get this axle put in. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick the stub shaft here right through the bearing carrier. And we'll go ahead, get that lined up and get that popped in through here. And then next thing I'm going to do is lift the A-arm up. And we're going to stick this down back into the out drive of the differential. Get the ears lined up in that. Get it to spin here. And there we go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this A-arm back on that ball joint right there. Push down. You heard it snap. So that's back together. Now we're going to go ahead and get our screw and screwdriver here. Put our screw back in there. Get that tightened down here. So far this has been a pretty easy job. They did a good job designing all this to make it go back together so far. So now I'm going to take my cross pin here, go ahead and stick it through the hole like you would normally do on a regular RC. Get it lined up here and get it through. I use a pair of pliers because it's hard for me to get a hold of that. And then we're going to take our hex nut here that we took off of the wheel the first time around. Go ahead and get that on there. Go ahead and grab our wheel. Pop that back on. Grab the supplied nut and get that tightened up. And then we'll be all done and we'll move to the back. Rear is going to be just like the front. We're going to go ahead and start by taking the screw off here. Getting the wheel off. So on the front here, it looks like it's another ball joint setup. So this one don't have a screw in it, so I'm just going to try to pry it, and yep, pop right off. Go ahead and get my thumb out of the way here. We're going to go ahead and pull that whole dog bone out. Now the rear has a dog bone, and the replacement is the same setup. So now we're going to have to go ahead and pull this stub shaft out of the bearing, which is that right there. So now we're going to take the new stub shaft right here, put it in through the bearing hub carrier. New dog bone, go ahead and stick that in the outdrive cup. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in here. Snap that back on. And that's all there is to that. Now we just got to go ahead, grab our pin, and pop that on in there. Slide that through. Then we're going to grab our wheel nut again, put that on, put our wheel on. Then of course we switch to the new hex nut instead of that screw to hold it on. So we'll just go ahead and get that threaded on. Get that tightened up here. And the back will be all done. And that's all it takes to change your axles out on your Haiboxing Protector. Haiboxing did a great job engineering this to make it easy to work on with the axles. That was a nice simple change. I'm not going to show you guys how to do the other side. It's the exact same thing, so I'm going to do the other side off camera. Well, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll leave a link down below to these axles on Amazon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you all on the next one.